Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of RaceDayTV, the live show. I'm Mark. That's Ben.
What's up?
We dragged somebody out of the woodwork. Downtown Kevin Brown over here. Callan over here.
We just got to figure out whose couch I'm sleeping on tonight now. Not supposed to be here right now.
There's a couch in the other room.
Don't tell Pam anyone. I'm not here.
So. He was like, I should call her. I was like, or you could just call her after.
Yeah, we'll do it after. No, she knows I'm here.
Yeah, how did she find out you were here?
When I got here.
He turns the phone and she sees my face and she goes,
sorry, babe. I tried. He called. I don't know.
You didn't shut the GPS tracker off on your phone?
I got we got kids, so we got that Life 360 thing. So I
got an AirTag sitting right there too.
Oh yeah, I get the AirTag. Yeah, I'm screwed, man. There's no. I'm not that exciting. I'll be honest. She's not watching me. I'm pretty boring.
If Kevin calls me back, because I tried calling you earlier, I was like, he's asking all kinds of questions. Like, actually, why don't you just come right in? We can talk about it in person.
Well, you went down the Wall Stadium, and
yes.
I was asking you about your trip. I know it was something you guys had planned for a long time, and
it was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. You said
it's a different animal. Nobody's polite down there. Like, let's just
Jersey.
start out with that.
Jersey.
You're not from there. You're an asshole.
He's telling me the story about the campground. He's walking around. He's getting oil stains all over his feet. He gets in the camper. It's oil stains. I'm like, bro, it's Jersey.
You didn't get
Dirty
shot?
Jersey?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they dumped all these asphalt millings everywhere. There were piles like 3-4 feet tall. They didn't level anything out.
No.
It was interesting, and there's oil all over it. So you'd walk on them, you come up into the camper, and go everywhere.
Life's a speed bump down there, Mark.
Yeah, so what happened? So
Oh,
speaking
boy.
of campers, what happened to yours?
Well, I couldn't clean anything in my camper because, unfortunately, the water tank fell out somewhere on the Jersey Turnpike.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah,
Did
full
I miss
of
that
water.
story?
Yeah, I haven't told that story
that's-
yet. We kept seeing, because I was 3 cars back, there was a caravan of us, and I kept seeing water like hit the ground and splash up, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
I overfilled the windshield washer fluid.
Get the camper backed all in and all that stuff, and go to turn the water pump on. I turn the water pump on, and it wasn't making the same noise it usually does, where it's like, meow, ready to go. Yeah. And I'm like, that's weird. It's just making like it's trying to draft it out of the,
It's trying to pressurize.
it's trying to prime itself. So I turn it on. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, I know I filled this because I literally dragged a 100-foot hose out of my basement
He's like,
to fill the camper.
I don't want that Jersey water. I want some fresh New Hampshire water.
Drained it, because we had drained it because I had it winterized. And so I walk outside and I look around. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I check the thing. I look in. Oh, Phil's still there. I walk around the side of the camper. I look down, and the whole bottom of the camper is like this. So the water tank obviously fell, and half of it is on the Jersey Turnpike. The other half is still sitting in the bottom of the camper.
It's the cleanest thing on the turnpike right now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that was my fun.
So overall, how was the trip, though? Did you have fun?
It was fun. I mean, every time you get to check a new track.
Carlos didn't have fun.
Carlos did not have fun.
Carlos did not have fun. I saw that.
Yeah, Carlos was cruising.
I saw the video of that.
Yeah.
He got... Yeah, tell the truth, you were freaking out. I wasn't happy. Yes, AJ, I was not happy. It kind of threw me off for a minute. There was a lot of 4-letter words that was coming out of my mouth because...
Was it poop?
We're sitting down there. There's 4 of us staying in my camper and dogs. We had no water, no anything. So at that point, I'm facing down the barrel of well, there's going to be no showers this entire weekend. So this is fun.
Oh, God.
We get out on the racetrack. Carlos gets wrecked in heat races, lap 1 of the heat race. Guy went down into one and hit the bump and smacked in, came right up into the car and broke the tie rod out. Artie had no tie rods with him. Really? So we went on a crusade around all over New Jersey trying to find a tie rod for a 92 Acura Integra, which is not a part that's probably, it's not a Ford, something that's readily available.
Exactly, yeah.
Found one at AutoZone. We drove 32 minutes away to get it. Drove 32 minutes back, and Artie's like, it's all fixed. We borrowed one.
Well, at least you had a new one to replace the guy.
Yeah, no, he needed it because it wasn't the exact right one. Get the car all set up. He goes out and has the car's cruising. He started all the way in the back because he didn't finish the heat race. And I got to give Carlos credit. Did not hit a single car when he passed him, which is very, very good, buddy. I'm super proud of you because usually you lay the bumper to every car as you're letting them, know, hey, I'm here.
Screw them. Just
clean pass, clean race, clean everything. And he basically comes into 3, and we had 3 GoPros on the car, so we have every single angle of that car covered.
We saw them all.
Yeah. Oh, Carlos has been putting those on.
Let me guess. It was a car you touched.
No, I did GoPro this car up. You're right. Yeah, I did
look
touch
what
it.
happened.
But
You GoPro'd the car that
What
hit him?
happened?
no, not that other car.
No. Mark has a tendency, if he touches your
He does.
car, it blows up, he gets wrecked or whatever, and guess what? Your streak is still going.
Yeah,
buddy.
streak is going.
It is live.
He got flat out blatant right reared into the wall.
He got right reared into the wall. Okay.
So at that point, we're gonna head back in, see what we can do. And somebody nudges me. He's like, "You should probably go with Carlos, when he gets out of the car, so he doesn't take off going to the other pit." And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." So I grab. He gets out of the car. And he immediately starts heading towards that pit, and I muckle onto him. And I was like, "If you can behave, we can walk." And he's like, "I'll behave." We walk over. He started not behaving pretty quick. Yeah. People started yelling, and I'm the guy who's like the voice of reason.
You're his handler for
I'm
the day?
grabbing him and pulling him back, and there's a lady who was in that pit who now puts her finger in my face and calls me fat and starts swearing at me. I'm like, I'm not nice anymore. So then we walked away, and it wasn't worth it. It was a fun trip down to Jersey. That was day 1 of racing, so we still had quite a few days left. It was a fun experience. Sick invite, Kev Milton said.
Tell Mark, how much time did I have?
You literally, I called you and you were here 5 minutes later.
Yeah, I was not far away. So.
The mod race the next day, I heard.
I'm still in my work clothes. It is what it is.
The mod race was going pretty good. It was a ton of fun. I guess the ending was great. Unfortunately, it got really, really cold, and I decided to head back to the camper with about 55 laps to go and set up for one of the best, I guess, 7 laps of racing at the end of that race.
That race was a wild finish. That was a wild finish.
I blew it in the pole, and he definitely blew it. That's for sure. He did not. That was rather interesting finish. And then the Sportsman mod race, which I listened to. I was talking to Waddell. So Waddell calls me. He's like, "Are you still here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm in my camper." He's like, "Just stay there." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "We're 1 hour and 40 minutes into this race, and we have 9 laps in the book."
Oh, my
I was like, "Wait, what?"
He's
like, "Oh, yeah."
Wow.
It took almost 2 hours to run the Sportsman race. It was wreck after wreck after wreck. One of them ended up sideways up on top of the fence.
Was Steve Dickey in it? No?
Steve and Ben wasn't in it.
No.
Hey, I kept it going. I tried to get off the track, right? Because I know that Brian Callen I would have not heard the end of it if I stopped the race. And the car just goes, "No, you're going to stop right there."
Stop
at the
right here.
exit."
Yep.
It was.
And I penalized you. So.
I know you did.
It was a ton of fun. It was freezing cold. Place was mobbed.
But that's racing in November. It's freezing cold, and that's what I don't know. That's kind of the allure on it. I feel it's. I think it was the last show. I think Parks was talking about like a 2-day event to, turn in the turkey Thanksgiving day.
Yeah,
but I like the 1 day stretch it out. It's make it a nice cold 1 day event.
1 day where to me is better for that because I'm not gonna lie. Thank God my camper was still there because I filled up the propane tanks. The wife was in there nice and warm.
Yep.
She'd come out every once in a while. What the hell's that gopher there? That if the spring's showing up, whatever, she'd just peek her head out. Okay, still racing, come back in.
Buxarani Phil.
That's it. Yeah.
She'd pick up, yeah, okay, we're good, and just come back in. So,
Carlos said it was a blast. He's right. He was doing good, and he handled it well.
Carlos, you should have brought your Ridge Runner to Claremont, and you probably would have had a better time. Just saying.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I get his point. He hasn't even got a seat in the car yet. He hasn't got anything figured out in it.
You got like 30 cars. Just take a seat out of one of them. How many of those pure stocks? Like 8, 9?
They just sold one. They just sold one. The Focus got sold. Yeah.
Is the track cool?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's
he
interesting.
checked that box. He wants to go down there, try Wall Stadium. It's a cool. It looked like a fun track.
They've raced there a couple years in a row.
Oh, they have.
The same guy who dumped him this year.
What the hell, Carlos? Where were you?
Dumped him last year as well. So that's the interesting part.
Oh man.
I was proud of the kid. He did really good.
The guy that hit him, he must be a rookie.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is a rookie. That first day in a race car, from what I hear.
I
don't say names.
No.
We don't. Yeah, it is what it is. It was fun. Don't say it.
I don't know. Was it? Is it a rookie? No.
No. I thought I told you on the phone who it was. I'll tell you off air then.
I don't know.
Trust me, there was no excuse.
Big fish, small pond
put it
for
this
cars.
way.
Let's put it that way.
I saw the video. you have to know what you're doing to do what that guy did.
I was hoping he didn't.
Okay, I know what he's doing.
All right. Well, I retract my statement.
Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to show him who it is.
This isn't good. This is when we flounder.
I know,
we don't know how to do that. We need Mark, our fearless leader.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I had more respect for that guy. Jeez.
Yeah.
All in all, it was good. Carlos handled it well. Waddell, I got, he is now the official. How did he want to say that? The official communications partner of RaceDayTV. He gave us a boatload of radios, so we got a whole new radio set up for the RaceDayTV guys.
There's some new stuff that Mark showed me for next year. Boy, I didn't want to swear so bad. It is badass. Put it that way. It is cool what's going to happen next year for RaceDayTV.
New tickers, new access to data.
It's crazy how every year you guys keep stepping up your game. Because you watch it every year, you always say, how can this get better? I mean, I remember when the ticker came out, it was
that was badass.
But now it's like it's the different views and the different angles, and it's fantastic.
Side by side views.
Oh,
everything.
yeah, it's great.
Well, now that, because this year, towards the end of the year, it was the end of the year, but
Oh,
middle of the year.
I saw some pit action too.
That's,
Yeah.
okay, so he's. I'll give you a little tidbit. So he's kind of figured out how to do the pit, action, whatever. Pretty much, because before we could only go so far, or else we'd lose the feed.
We got the entire pit covered.
That's it. The new thing, he's got the entire pit covered. It can go into the campground. I mean, it can go everywhere. So,
What covered it? Your wallet?
my credit card. Yes,
Okay.
my credit card.
Came out of the wallet.
Ben's one thing that he's been asking me for is a "you suck" cam, where you can go into people's face and say, "Tell us what happened." So we now have that. We have the audio, and we have somebody that's going to walk around the pits and interview people.
Oh, that's
not
great.
just the "you suck." We're going to start doing. I think we're going to try to start doing some.
Sounds like our cam.
Yeah.
Why do you suck?
Why were you in the pits early, Ben?
We're gonna try to start doing as the GMs race day start taking over more of the stuff that I was doing on race day to allow more stuff to happen. We're gonna try to start doing at least a half-hour pre-race show where we get some of the drivers up, we talk to them, we talk about the storylines going into the events. That's something that I really, really want to push. And if you don't tell the story, people don't know what's going on, and that's what we're gonna try to start doing next year. And my race pass has generously added a bunch of new data access of stuff that we can bring up.
And I don't think people understand how much my race pass has helped set this up, because all of their data logging and everything on the back end is able to allow us to do like 90% of what we do.
Yeah. All the action stuff that pops up that shows the ticker is all powered by my race pass. The lineups are all done. The new lineup I showed Ben earlier. Ben was pretty excited with the new lineup. The ticker, I'm going to keep it the same way, but it's been modified. All it cost me for this data was I had to give in to my fear of public speaking, which I absolutely. This is different. I've been on the radio. I did the podcast. I do this show. I'm looking into a camera with 3 of my friends. Like there's nobody here. There's a couple hundred people watching.
There's like 6 people watching. You're fine. You're fine.
Well, it's funny because he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to do a speech at PRI," and me, John, and Mike look at each other like, "Oh, we're going to that one." He's like, "No, you guys can't go there because we're gonna raise our hand." Hey, sir, how do you do this? Just so like we.
Are you really speaking at PRI?
Yeah. So they asked me. I'm doing a Friday at noon. I'm on a panel to talk about.
That's cool, man.
We're going to be talking about social media. We're going to be talking about basically the my race pass algorithms that we use and how digital marketing and how we tie it all in, because a lot of the stuff that we do on the stream, even though you don't realize, is upselling and making it easier to buy tickets, to QR codes. It all links back to the same thing. It's a cycle that keeps feeding itself.
Yeah.
You're watching on RaceDayTV, you're getting a QR code to buy a ticket for the next week's event. Like, we're trying to make this go off of each other. So we're going to be talking about that. And it was kind of they gave me a heads up about it about 4 months ago. And I was like, sure, I'll do it, because they'll never call me. And then I didn't hear anything until about 3 weeks ago. My buddy Chris, who works there, called me up and was like, "Hey, so you're speaking Friday." I was like, "Oh, that's really happening?" I was hoping that you were going to say no.
I thought you were drunk when you called me. You were sober and asked me? Are you crazy?
So we did Monday, I did a Zoom call with the other 3 panelists that are up there with me, and they're big name people. Like, I don't want to, because it hasn't been released who the lineup is yet. That will be put on social media soon. They're like, I'm not in the league that these guys are
dude,
in.
it's
Like,
not
it's
even-
absolutely insane. They run huge racetracks. They run some pretty cool series. Like, these are industry leaders, which is going to be cool.
But the cool thing about you is I think you is you know me, I speak the world of the knowledge and everything that you've brought to the table with
YouTube,
the
baby.
streaming and everything. But I it's with you is you're kind of you're smart enough to know, like, hey, I'm going to learn. I'm going to go there and learn. No, I'm not just going to go there and teach people what I know, but I'm also going to go there and learn from these other individuals that may have more experience or more knowledge in certain areas where I'm still learning. So I mean, and it's great that you guys do that stuff. Go down to PRI and gain that knowledge.
Because I went to PRI before, but I didn't take any of the class. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
this
you
is
were drinking the
cool.
whole time. I know.
No, I wasn't drinking.
Everybody else was.
No, you got it flipped over in a car or something.
No. This is not this.
This is
He's
before.
talking
Oh,
previous
before.
years.
All right.
So I went, okay, it's cool. But
Different time.
I don't see why coming here. I'm not a fabricator. I'm not any of these things. So it was cool to see all the stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll come here every once in a while. And then I took a break off, and then Mark's like, we need to go to PR. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll go. It's cool. The food's great. Food's great. Tons of cool restaurants.
The old pasta factory, my favorite
Oh, yeah.
place.
So-
Cheapest place too.
But Mark's like, hey, why don't you take a bunch of these courses? I'm like, they have courses there? I thought they were all like, how to weld and all that other stuff. But no, they have promoters stuff. They have everything. I said, okay. So we sat in a bunch of them, and I go, holy shit, they have this every year.
learn a lot of stuff.
I go, I'm looking forward to going back to PRI because they change everything all the time. So, like I said, I haven't looked at the roster
I
yet.
have a question.
Sure.
It's a good, serious question.
Sure.
It's a serious. Is it something Original Wheelman should be looking into? Go on.
I checked for you into a booth. Original Wheelman needs to sell a boatload more shirts.
So, so yes, you would need to sell a shitload, but I think to get your name out there
You would
and
sell a
show the
bunch.
design,
Yeah.
you might not you probably would cover your costs just to be there.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not- yeah,
but,
I'm
but
looking-
but just to get your name out there, I think would be well worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, we get your name
I
across
think
the
when we
board.
looked at it, it was $20,000 a booth for the week.
That was the big ones, though. I think the smaller one. Like
Well, I
you
know
can go
the
on
racing
hallway.
electronics booth was like $35,000. I
It's-
heard
dude,
that
that's
thing was
huge.
massive.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
I've
huge.
seen their
No, I
booth. It
think
is
I
massive.
think one of the hallway ones are
You
like,
would kill it in the hallway.
Yeah, I think if you had honestly, I'd ask to be near a food court or an
I know you did.
No, in between. I would go in between. I would go in between yellow and blue. That main hallway that you got to come out of and go
Yeah.
through, right where the
I'm
adaptive
just
racing
saying-
car
I'm
was
just saying
last
something
year.
where it's very highly, high,
A lot of traffic. Yeah.
That would probably be your best because you could literally have Pam out there in a nice little shirt that says Original Wheelman on it, and
I
you'll
am
probably
definitely
sell it.
sleeping on the couch tonight, guys. Yep.
So, but what I'm saying is that I think if you put it in a high traffic area,
Yeah.
you would probably.
Pam's the model for the woman's shirt
She is,
online.
yeah, she's gorgeous.
Honestly, I think. Obviously you can't do it this year, but I'd look into it next year and see if you can do it. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Maybe we'll take the trek out there this year with you guys and just venture through. I've never been to it. I've never been once. So
It's
but yeah,
it's not.
Is it
this
every
week.
year or
Don't
every other year?
don't say anything, but look at the bottom one. There you go. You got it all covered.
So honestly, that'd be something you might want to look into. I mean, I don't know if you can, because when is it? Next week?
Yeah, we lead.
is it every year or every other year?
Every
It's
year.
every year.
Every year, okay.
It's every year.
So we got this week right now is the RPM in Reno.
Yep.
And then PRI starts on Thursday. Ben gets there on Wednesday. John and Mike get there on Tuesday, and I get there Sunday because I have something else going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday down there. It's a fun time.
Even if you flew out for like a day,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Okay.
Like I said,
Ben's got great recommendations on steak.
I love steak, Ben.
I got to give you credit. That stuff was awesome.
I told you it was, and I told them I would pay for it. It's a ripoff, but I'm telling you, it literally this steak is so soft. I took my knife and I was cutting it with my knife.
They didn't invite us out for.
No, I used my
Usually,
fork.
yes.
They didn't invite us for dinner this year. It was
Why?
weird. I don't know.
They didn't?
They didn't invite us for dinner this year.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
strange.
It was weird.
What something? I feel like I'm missing a part of the story.
So-
I feel
absolutely.
like we're all missing a part of the story.
The steak alone was like $250
For a steak?
and it was only 8 ounces.
They brought out
An
Ben.
8-ounce
Wagyu.
steak for
It's a
$250.
Japanese Wagyu.
Yeah, Wagyu.
The head. No, you got the 3 tours of Wagyu.
No. That was the first.
Oh, was that the first night?
That was
okay.
the first night.
The head chef brought out a certificate.
It's a certificate
of
saying
his
that
steak.
This came from Japan, and it showed the picture of the steak and everything. But I'm telling you, yeah, it was a ripoff, but it was so goddamn good. And it was like every time I eat a
Hey,
steak,
if Ben's buying, I'm eating. I mean,
well, no, every time I eat a steak, I go, this tastes like shit compared to the one I had. It was awesome.
That's the problem. When you have that kind of steak, you're effed moving forward.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about dessert.
Oh God. We got something else to talk about here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
So
talk about that.
moving on, 23 minutes into the
I do
show.
want to get a $250 steak out of him. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, it was awesome.
You give me enough original Wheelman for my kids to wear. I will buy you that.
That's a gimme with steak or no steak. You
I
kidding
still
me?
don't even
You've
have
done
one
enough
left
for me.
myself.
I know, right?
I got spaghetti.
Poor BC over there.
I got an $18 spaghetti.
Brian, I got you.
So while I was down at the Turkey Derby at Wall, these guys, minus Kevin, were up at the Turkey Day Classic at Claremont Motorsports Park, and
I did monitor via Race Monitor.
I was watching via Race Monitor, and I was hoping, this is going to sound horrible, I was hoping somebody was going to go live. I was like, somebody just go live so I can watch it.
Well, no,
Steve- I think Steve
we
Furlan
do.
was
We
live
usually do go live, but someone decided not to show up that day.
I had a guy, and I don't know who he is. He kept
What's your
texting
excuse?
me.
What's your excuse?
I had this planned since last February. You were supposed to go too. You were like, I'm in, I'm going to Wall. Don't you remember this?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I have Alzheimer's. I don't remember.
It's funny because I did text him. I'm like, hey, what's up? We not going today? We not going live?
So I had a guy on from an unknown. It was a number that I've never heard. He's like, "Hey, buddy. So when's the stream start?" I'm like, "I'm down at Wall." He's like, "Well, you couldn't have just like thrown a camera up and called it good." I'm like, "That doesn't work that way."
Sadly.
And he proceeded to continue to text me nonstop, letting me know with his displeasure that I was down.
Was he seriously
in New Jersey.
upset?
Oh, he was mad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was mad. It was, but I was like, I literally have missed one race this entire season. It's the only race I've missed. And in all defense, like Mike and Ben like to pick on me, this race was never going to be at Claremont. It was added and moved over.
Yeah, it was supposed to be another racetrack, and then it got moved over to Claremont.
And when Mike asked me about covering that race when it was at the racetrack, I said, absolutely not, going to the Turkey Derby.
Yeah.
And that's how it was at the time. It was too cold to hold their phones for a while. Oh,
is true.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was real cold.
I'll tell you, the fans did not think so because they showed up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little bit of live footage I saw from someone Facebook Live, and they were there. It was cool to see. A lot of fans, a lot of cars.
Sorry, someone's telling me there's a Vic for sale, so
I'm counting cars here because I have the finishes here. There was close to, from what I gathered, 150-ish cars in. I know the pre-regs were really, really good as well. Yeah. And you always know that you don't have obviously we knew Carlos weren't going. He pre-registered. And I asked him why. He's like, I don't know. I thought it was fun. And I was like, you're such an idiot. What are you doing that for? But, there's people that fall up, but they still ended with 150-ish something cars there.
There was 54 in the
Enduro.
in the Enduro alone.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's good.
The Super Streets, we had Charlie Baldwin coming out on top of Corey Fanning, Jeff Ally, Christopher Buffone. Nate Wenzel put some fenders on the car and went out there and got it done.
I'm surprised you knew how to drive a fendered car.
I think he did for about a year. 158 race teams I'm seeing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brian Norman, Josh Gerard, Ryan Bell, Nathan Hamblett, and Andrew Morin top out
Can I say that real quick?
Yes.
I was telling someone
Lost the
earlier.
results.
Yeah, so it's over. Sorry, he's done. But yeah, I think I see
Please read 'em.
2, 3. I think I see 4 out of the top 6 metric foiling cars in the Super Streets.
What's that mean?
Those Camaros that everybody has to have. Just, a Pro Stock 1. Sorry, Charlie. So, we can call that a Camaro if you want. But yeah, how about that? 4-link guys. Nice job, boys.
Yeah, see, you don't need 3 links to finish up front. It's weird. When you work on your stuff and figure it out, you don't need everything
Sorry,
that you
Bob.
think you want. Sorry, Bob.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
Andrew Morin, that's a very unusual finishing position for him. He is
So
down.
I actually asked him on that, and I think he was fighting with Charlie, and they both hit in the front, and his toe got out of whack.
That's a tough track to go. I feel like it's a different setup there. So he's usually very good everywhere else. He's good everywhere. Andrew's fantastic, but That's a tough track to just go with your normal setup. You got to free the car up a ton.
he was actually fast.
Just say
Yeah,
he lost
was-
8
he was
spots,
fast
so he
throughout the-
started up front.
Yeah, he was fast throughout the show,
wow.
and then I think it was there was just a handful of laps left in the feature where he actually pulled off.
Oh, okay.
It was just one of those, like you said, just a little tangle,
Yep.
and
It's all it takes.
went back
Takes
around.
just one bump.
Any good storylines out of the super streets before we move to the next division?
little rough in spots. But I mean, there was as soon as you got any 2 wheels off the track,
Oh, you were
Yeah.
screwed.
snow's coming up. So like you would get the groove back, and then somebody would dip down.
Yep.
And it would mess it up again. So
I think that's kind of fun.
yeah, I mean, it definitely it adds a different aspect
Yeah.
to it.
Because the one guy went up in the grass, which was the snow, and he went to go move. Like, they have the push truck come out and push him out.
Yeah.
I was watching the security cams at my house just to check the snow because I don't live very far
How
from the
much
track.
snow did they get?
Nah, about 2 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Not a lot.
it was enough to screw shit up.
You know what 2 inches look like.
Charlie says it. Charlie said it's far from a pro stock.
How do you cancel him out again? Which one?
Get out of
Oh,
here.
don't hit those
Don't
buttons.
hit
Those
the
ones let us
Get
go.
out of here. Get out of here. Those are my buttons. Get your own buttons.
So we cut you off. So sorry.
Yep.
Or were you done?
No, it was good. Good.
So it was snowing pretty good the night before, and it got scary because they were calling for 8 to 10 inches of snow.
Yeah.
So it got pretty lucky. I will roll back to just that real quick. We left a day early because we wanted to miss the snow because we had an RV towing a camper, a truck towing a 30-foot enclosed trailer, and then us in a car, all going down.
And you're shocked that you lost water.
Right. So we left the night before, and it got to be about midnight, and we were done driving. So like I texted us like, let's find a rest area. I think we're far enough south. We pulled over, set the camper up. Everyone went to bed, woke up in the morning to winter wonderland somewhere in southern New York, and I was like, that one's my fault. I apologize. I will own this. We should have went further south because Artie was like, we should keep going. We should keep going. I was like, we're fine. I'm fine. You're fine. It's nothing. Let's go. It was something.
It was something.
I woke up. I looked outside. I was like, this is not going to go well. Ridge Runners and Pro V8 combined. So you had some cool stuff about that you were talking about.
So I was curious. Me and Mike were curious to see how close they were to match up. I'm like, you know what? I really don't know, but I know that a race tire is always better than a street tire. So when they first threw the green, the Pro V8 guys, I mean, they just took off. They were gone. I'm like, oh, all right, well, that kind of settles this. But within 5 laps, the Ridge Runner guys just kind of slowly caught right up to them, and then they were right in the mix for like the whole time.
Yep.
And I was thoroughly shocked on how good of a race that was.
Yeah, it was a great race. I believe they went green to checker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all raced really well together.
Because
Respectful,
trying to
grabbed the
think.
gear and went.
And that car that finished second is no slowpoke, so that was a good. It was the Ridge Runner that won. It was the Ridge Runner that won, correct?
Yeah, that
And-
was
and,
Caswell's.
Brian
Caswell.
Caswell won.
Yeah.
I'll do the top 5. Brian
sorry.
Caswell, Adam Lovejoy, Cody Butcher, Scott Riggleman, and Nick Prenevu. Where's your top 5?
Yeah. I mean, so you had a stout car there that got second, and yeah, I was very interested to see how that was going to go as well, and I mean it's cool, it's pretty neat.
All them stock 305s. So I like how it's in quotes. Riggleman actually said to me, because I was talking to him down in New Jersey, he said to me, he's like, plenty of room in my trailer, jump right in, I'll bring you back to Claremont. I'm like, I'm all set.
This coming from the guy with the stock minivan.
John Sand was a streeter that one, not a Ridge Runner.
It was?
Shouldn't have been.
No, that was a star car. I thought.
I don't know.
John, there was no street stocks in that race.
Yeah.
There's Pro
Dave
V8s.
Savoy's car.
Oh.
It was a 63.
Yeah, I was told that it was a.
Old Wildcat one. Should have had DOT tires on it.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, no, that's just it. I was told that it was a star car that Caswell was driving, so I said, oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I can't keep track of everyone.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah, whatever.
It's crazy.
Add to the pile.
Usually the interweb declares this stuff immediately, and so I think this is the first we're all hearing of it. Streeter on DOT, sue me.
Streeter on DOT, sue me.
What are we going to get, John? There's nothing to get, man.
Take the sticker off your hats.
Oh, it's still on there? Oh, yeah, no.
Mine's only on because this is a borrowed hat.
Where's my sticker? I don't see it.
Oh, I know. It's
I'll feel it.
mine. Can't get it. I have no fingernails.
Perkins, your
I got it.
chat went by too fast. I couldn't read it.
I don't know. Something about
Said,
hippos.
yes, Brian, my van is 100% stock. Apparently, there's something I missed
He
there.
smoked him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was gone.
Coming in sixth in the Ridge Runner Pro V8 was Steve Dubois, followed by Mike Williams, Corey Fanning, Scott Bernier, and Aiden White. Round out the top 10 on that division. Mini stocks, we had Julia Kendall, Cameron Sontag, Joe Kendall. I can never say that last name. Jacob
Rayum?
Rayum,
Real, yep.
Edmund Cousineau, Kyle Templeton, Logan Martin, Matthew Lambert, and Kevin Boucher. It looked like Templeton was going to run away with that race. I was watching on Race Monitor, so we were all sitting there. We were raced in front of us, and we all have our phones in front of us watching everything that's going on at Claremont.
But I think that's at every track nowadays now.
Yes. It looked like Templeton was running away with it. So what did I miss? What happened?
I believe he lost the right front.
Right there, right front flat.
Yeah.
Oh, right from they were right from
yeah.
the source.
Yeah, a couple laps to go, probably five laps to go or so. Very, very respectful move by him. Like, I mean, he had him hands down, and most of the time people just pull up and stop. He drove it right off the track and let the second place guy
Interesting.
take the win. So
I
instead
would
of
have stopped right in the middle of the straightaway.
I've watched you do it.
Damn right. Hell yeah.
See, growing up at Claremont, they didn't have a lot of the big touring divisions that came there, and that was the only track I knew existed until I was like 22 because
That's
that's
wild
where I
to
grew
me.
up.
That's
I mean,
wild.
we didn't go anywhere. We didn't travel. We didn't do anything. And I remember Act came there
He was
one
locked in his-
time, and
he was locked in
everyone
his basement his whole life.
everyone was excited that
Some
Act
water,
was
Mom?
Act was coming,
Sure,
and I've never
son.
seen them run. And I remember my dad was like, because my dad was really good friends with Ernie Boudreau, and Ernie was telling him, "Oh, this is a great division." So my dad was all pumped up. We get there, and lap 2, a guy pulls over for a flat. Lap 4, a guy pulls over for a flat. Just stops. And my dad's like, "This is dumb. These guys don't know how to drive." And that I remember.
It was ACT, you said?
Yeah, the Act Tour came, and it's like literally flat, pull over, wait for the caution, go change it. And I was like, I hate that kind of racing. So I know that you always crack down on them from the tower when they start doing that. Was the show at Claremont
honestly,
successful?
you don't see that out of Act these days.
No.
No.
No, they've tuned that up pretty well. And that, I like it when you get someone like Templeton who did that, pulled up and let them go by. So that says a lot about
You're a
it.
way nicer man than me.
Yeah, very, very respectful.
I love it. Anything else good storyline in that race that we missed?
Actually, during the heat race, the blue 18, I don't know the gentleman's name, went around, and Jake Riom actually had contacts, wasn't able to.
Matthew Lambert.
Yeah, okay, Matthew. Yeah, so the fact that Jake actually ended up having a decent finish out of the day was good, because I was worried there for a little bit during practice because it looked like he got bent up a little bit. So nothing out of the ordinary for those guys. Nice clean race. They were all respectful and got the job done.
I like that. Cole Littlewood. Perkins is lucky I didn't feel like putting my radiator in his hippo. Did I miss something here?
He didn't. Cole brought my dwarf car that I let him use, and he brought
Oh,
like
I
30
get it, I
other-
get it,
He
I
brought
get it.
30 other cars. But did you notice that my hippo was there, but someone else was driving it?
Yes.
Yeah, sold the car, sold it. The Miller boys have it.
Millers,
They
yeah.
kept the wing on it and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did they almost decapitate somebody with the wing?
No, but I told him, watch when you open the door, you're going to drill your head around the corner. He goes, oh, yeah, I've already done it a bunch of times. But yeah, it sucks.
I'm not sure the woman's name, but there was a hand scorer up there this weekend, and she did phenomenal. But she's like, okay, there's a 66 on the wing and there's a 68 on the door.
Yeah, so if you looked on the wing, he took orange tape and kind of connected the 6s to make an 8, but it wasn't the right color, so it still looked like a 66.
Yeah.
The 229 Mini is Logan Martin. First time racing on asphalt. Usually runs at Bear Ridge.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. Moving over to the 6 shooters, we had Brady Lamont come first. Steve Miller Jr. second. Justin Goodrow, maybe? I think that's Goodrow.
Yeah.
Randy Washburn, David Bell, Matthew Hurdle, Michael Casey, Lincoln Herschel, Steve Miller, and Megan Bell did not start. So what do we miss on the 6 shooters?
It was actually a green-white checker finish, I believe. There was one spin in the race, and quick caution got him back going. And it was a good battle between Steve Miller and the other car within his team, not Junior.
Oh,
Brady Lamont.
Brady Lamont. Yep. Good race between them. Actually, prior to the caution, Brady Lamont was actually walking away with it and brought it back in. I believe there was actually a tech issue after the race for that one. So Brady ended up with the win due to that, I believe, right?
It says here, Emily Miller is saying Steve Miller Sr. won.
Well, I see Steve Miller Sr. finished dead last, so that might be the tech issue you're talking about.
Got you.
So I missed what happened
Very
there.
clean race, but
All right, moving that one over. Let's see. Hudson Hippos. Wow, Perkins won.
Yeah.
Look at that.
he was on a rail.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He gained 5 spots.
Put it this way, Bob Williams touched the car.
The past tech? To throw this
Well,
whole,
that's just
throw
it.
the whole
There's
thing out
not-
the door,
for
out the
those
window.
hippos, there's not that much text, so it's kind of like.
Well, roll
If
back
Bob
to
touched it, there should be.
roll back
First of
to the
all.
Hippo hustle.
It must have
when
had a 3-link in it.
Bob was walking by with a whole bunch of chain, and he looks over at all of us and says, "You see nothing. Look away."
Yeah, you know what? He was cheering the left front
There
down.
he was.
So Adam Perkins, Steve Miller Jr., J.J. Goodbout, Steve Miller Sr., Raven Streeter, Aaron Stowell, Lucas Tiberow, Justin Ratcliffe, Jeff Ayotte, and Elizabeth Launder round out your top 10 in that division. Kyle Tumpin says it's a Honda. Bob Williams with the cage, but that's it. It was a great race. I got 7.
Probably in a legal cage then. Offset, halo's lowered. It's awful. It's cheating.
First, Terry Shaw says, first time at Claremont last weekend. Best part was when we were checking in. The guy at the gate made Ben stop and get out of his bracelet.
His bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made him sign in.
Yeah.
I love it. How'd that go?
All right, it's funny. He stops me and I go, every time you do this, he goes, yep, I'm going to keep doing it. Get going. I'm like, hey, he's doing his job. Okay.
Exactly.
Can't
That's
get
what,
mad at him.
you want to see, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather do
Exactly.
that.
So when you sign in on the employee one, you got to put your name, you got to sign it, you got to write your duties down. Ben writes down God. I've seen those
put
sign-in
some
sheets
stuff.
a couple times. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So let's discuss the Hippo race. Other than Perkins was on a rail.
You know what I like about those hippos is that these guys, you see vans with wings and like funky shit on the roof that they think is going to be aerodynamic. There's this one guy, I think he finished second. It was nowhere to lie a fishing rod with the string on it, with a sandwich in front of the driver.
I thought it was Robin Noodles.
Maybe it's something.
Oh, that's
it was
awesome.
food. I go, oh my God.
That is
I'm
awesome.
putting that on my car so I drive faster.
That was
is
hilarious.
awesome.
It was,
was
great.
hilarious.
I'm looking, I go, why is there a fishing rod? And I see this thing dangling. I go, no.
Dude, that's awesome.
No.
That is
I
perfect.
go, that is awesome. And then he I don't know if he made it. It looked like a nice wing off the back, like some you'd see on a dragster.
Yep.
I'm like, really? You put that
It was
on
a pack
on
of
van?
Oscar Mayer wieners.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh,
Wieners. Everyone's saying it. I believe definitely need more than a couple
Yeah,
races.
they have taken off.
Yeah.
I was not a believer, but I'm a believer now.
well,
Those things are taking off.
well, you know what? No one wants them.
Good call, John.
Literally, no one wants them.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was fat. Okay. So, but no.
What do you mean was?
I still am, but I'm not as fat.
Calling a
Okay?
spade a spade, man. Just calling a spade. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm not. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no one wants. Everyone has an old van. What do you do with it?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do anything with them. They just send them to the scrapyard.
Whose idea was it?
So that was Charlie Sanborn's, my announcer.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
I remember he called me one day. He goes, "Hey, I have a dumb idea." I go, okay, I'm listening. 'Cause I like dumb ideas. He goes,
Shocking.
what about racing minivans? I go, that is dumb, but okay, what are you thinking? He goes, yeah, simple rules, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, yeah, we'll get some vans that'll do it. Well, it was kind of a toss to the window, whatever. And then one day I go, you know what? Why don't we try it? Why don't we just try it? Screw it. So I call up Charlie, I go, Charlie, can I take your hippo idea? They were called heckin' hippos before. That's what he called them. I said, no, I'm going to put Hudson hippos. And we just kind of put the rules out there and just everyone loved it. They just brought them there because it's like, well, you can't really do much. It's a van until.
I mean, we've talked about this.
Until Charlie Baldwin decided to put all his freaking his pro stock stuff on
of
a
course.
van.
It's probably a tube chassis van.
Yeah, actually, it's probably
got a hollow clip on it. So
It's his pro stock with a body.
he probably had it built at Fury.
Right.
Somebody down at Fury right now.
And listen, I love Charlie and Mike a lot. They know that.
Well, then
Somebody down at Fury's getting an order right now. He's like,
They probably had it on the pull down. They probably had it on the pull down rig and But no, I mean it's cool because we've talked about this. Us as men, we'll race anything. We'll race shopping carriages. We'll race anything. So
Kevin would race the van division, but his wife leaves no fuel in it, so he can't. I did see that post on Facebook.
this is true. This is true.
She's already mad at Kevin, so let's not fan the
She's
fire.
mad.
Charlie
She's
just admitted to it.
disappointed in me.
Yep, Fury.
See, yeah, I knew it, Charlie.
That's
I'm sorry.
worse, though, because my dad used to say that with me, because it
I'm
would
not
hurt
mad
more.
at
He
you.
was
I'm
like,
disappointed.
Mark, I'm not mad at you. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's like.
I'm supposed to be home
that's
cooking
like,
dinner right.
Yeah, that leaves a sting,
Yeah,
It
does.
cuts deep when
I'm
that
sorry,
gets
honey.
said.
I feel bad.
What is she making you for dinner now?
A
Blame
retard
Mark.
all the
Steak.
time.
She's making steak. Not a $250 steak, a $10 steak probably, but it's a steak. It wouldn't meet Ben's accolades, of course, but it's okay.
Hey. I only did it twice at PRI. That's it. I didn't go.
I can't wait to do it a third time. I can't wait.
Listen, it was a good damn steak. Okay?
Apparently, for $250.
Oh, it was awesome.
Better be a damn good steak.
He made me try it. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was way better than the probably
feed it to you?
$75 dessert he
Oh, you
got.
tried it?
Well, no, he was trying to get cube steak
Yeah, I
at
love
a
cube
restaurant.
steak.
I'm
Did
like,
They don't have
Did you say
that.
tube steak?
Tube steak.
No.
Yeah, he's trying to get tube steak.
Cube steak. That's
Cube.
what I grew
Oh,
up
cube.
on was cube steak. That stuff is great.
Man.
Crash and Bernier Racing 54 said, had an absolute blast in the Pro V8 Ridge Runner race. Great day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Emily Miller had Jersey Mike's. I'm on the Jersey Shore, and there was like literally a Jersey Mike's every 17 businesses.
Was there really? Yeah.
Oh, now everyone knows where that hat picture came from. Sorry, that was my hat.
Oh,
you
yeah.
posted.
It was your hat, yeah. That was a great picture.
Mark, are you wearing a Sunoco hat? That I
Yes.
am. Yep, Gary gave that to me.
You probably stole it.
He's like, my boss won't know. Here you go.
Are you wearing a Sunoco hat with a sticker on the top of it?
I am, because it's going right back underneath
you
there.
got 2 stickers today. I'm sorry.
2 stickers.
Yeah.
I guess this will hit me after. I don't know what that is.
It's already hit you.
Put your head down like this. Look at the screen.
Yep. Oh, is there 2? Cool. It's not my hat, so I don't really care. It's going right down there after.
That was the one Ben just stuck
Oh,
on you.
did he really?
Oh, you were doing something. I just left it on your head. I'm like, all right.
Never even knew it.
Not mad. I'm disappointed.
I know.
Crown Vic
I feel
race was really good. Enjoyed watching them. Bang fenders all around. A very fun division to watch. Need more Crown Vic races at Claremont in the future. Yeah, Bobby, we will get to that in a minute. So let's move on to the Crown Vic race.
I should have brought mine. I regret not doing it.
Oh, the one you won't let anybody drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
He says, Kevin, you should drive one of my Crown Vics. I'm like, all right, I want to run one. Sure, just give me one. He's like, but you can't drive mine.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone wrecking it. Every time I let someone drive one of my vehicles,
Have you seen yourself
wreck it.
drive?
That's just it. If I wreck it, whatever. It's my own fault. But if you wreck it, I'm going to get mad at you. And I don't want to be mad at you.
But at least you have someone else to blame other than yourself.
I can blame myself. I live with it all the time. But if I blame you for it, I'm not going to let you live it down.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, God.
I'm okay with that. Crown Vics.
Crown Vic race, we had 15 of them. Chris Knight came out on top. Bella Flaherty. Second, Jacob Machad, Matt Monahan, Josh Valaire, Trevor Machad, Patrick Tanway, Alex Tangway, Sebastian Janowick, and Garrett Dolbeck finished in your top 10.
So funny or interesting race on that one. I think it was the first lap.
First lap in turn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Valeri got I'm talking like a bottle cap spinning like this.
Oh, really?
Someone
Just stayed in it.
Stayed right in it and kept it going. I think he got fourth.
He came back to 4th.
Dude, he came back to fifth.
Fifth, yeah.
He was starting up front, went way back, started right back, got up to fifth. I go, holy shit! And it wasn't like a woo. It was like, I was like, holy shit! Went right up in the dirt, came right back down, and kept going.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just kept his foot in it. Went.
And there's a couple other wrecks too, but they just kept it going.
Yeah.
Why can't other divisions do that? Why, Brian? Tell me why.
Yeah, you should
No
have all the
respect.
answers, Brian.
No respect.
It's true.
No respect.
I was just writing some stuff down here.
The
I know
Black
that's gonna
9
come
was a
back up.
weapon, according to Andrew Harmon.
Harmon's a weapon.
No, that was another hippo. That was another Vic I had. No, I didn't use mine. That was another one that I'm having a cage putting in it as we speak.
The 9
And
or
yours?
the 09 Harmon,
What?
just so I know. There's a 9. He said that 9
No, it
Black
was the
9 was a
9.
weapon.
It was the 9. He was up front. I don't know if he had like a brake malfunction or anything, but he would lock up one of the front tires. I mean, I'm talking locked right up and just slide up into the wall. Like, ooh, all right.
That, unfortunately, is maybe one of the very few downfalls to the Hippos, Crown Vics, things like that, because you got these old cars that have been sitting around, and you never know. And
But here's the thing, though. It takes the car aspect out of it. Like, you have to wheel the shit out of these things.
yeah, no, I don't.
make it work.
It's still a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's
I
great.
made
But
keys for a couple of those things today, so
did.
Ben can get some more of
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
So.
I bought 4 of them for $2,000.
guy buys four
and
Crown Vics.
2 of them didn't have keys, so no, they're not stolen. And Mark was able to make keys for me, so I'm having cages put in, I think 8 cars right now. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
You keeping Mr. Baldwin busy?
I called him, asking him. He's supposed to call me and let me know when he is ready for him. I just told him, let me know when you're ready, and I'll start dropping some off.
Excellent.
Because right now, Slicka has 1. George is supposed to let me know when he's ready for it, and then I'm pretty much just dropping them off. Just
Nice.
quick turnarounds.
That is the only thing I think that goes out there in races that I have any interest in getting in because they just look fun.
What?
Crown Vic.
Oh,
I would take one of those things out in a
I thought
heartbeat.
they were the dumbest things on the planet until I actually drove one because me and Keith Walton built 2 just to say, we're going to try it. And, oh, yeah, that was a blast. I loved it. That's why I have like 20 of them damn things
Actually,
now.
the Tahoe was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Let's see. I missed it. Where is that?
That was in
The
the hippos.
Hippos.
In the hippa.
Who was driving it? Because I'm trying to look.
Wasn't that Raven Streeter driving it?
Okay, I saw. That's what I was wondering because I was looking for Brady's name. I didn't see him
couple
there.
of quick spins in it, and it actually put on a good show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The last time I saw one of those is when Fiera was running it down at Hudson.
Yeah, that was nuts. Supposedly, actually, I think he's watching.
He's watching.
Yeah,
he
he is.
cracked me up on Facebook today.
Is
He's
that
like,
guy putting a supercharger on that?
"What?
Yeah, I heard that the guy that had that Suburban was the same guy, the guy from Maine that has all the
Yes.
supercharged trucks.
Oh,
or
boy.
turbo trucks. He had a supercharger lying around. He's gonna throw it on that so he could race on the hippos.
Oh my God.
Why? Why?" All right, moving on to the pure stocks. We started 14 there, 13 started. Kyle Kenny comes home P1, followed by David Smith. Eric Lorendo, that's really good. I like seeing him finish
Yeah,
up
me
front.
too. Eric's a good dude.
Chloe Zulo, Colton Hall, George Frost. George Frost raced? Holy crap. And Dale Smith, Travis Hant, Kyle Bagos, and Andrew Plum finish out your top 10. What did I miss in the pure stocks?
A lot of bumping and banging.
Yeah, just bumping and banging. Yeah, nothing out of character.
Except for
A little
at
bit
at the very
at the very end. At the very
Very
end, yes.
It was some spinning out of retaliation.
Yeah, the
Harmon
third.
says that Kenny did a good job passing for the win.
Yeah.
Let's see. Snow on track caused a big
Yeah.
wreck.
Well, yeah, it's snow.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Not a lot we can do about it. Yeah, just one of those.
That's one of those things that happens at that race.
Best finish for Chloe Zulo all season. Yeah, she finished
got
P4.
Yeah.
Fourth.
It was good to see Dave finish up front there. So there's not a lot going on in that one. We'll move on to the New England Dwarf Car Series. Tom Harwood comes home P1. Ryan Carmen, followed by Ronnie Carmen, Caden Roberts, Jesse Bousquet, Cole Littlewood, and Max Chaput. Your top 7.
I noticed with the dwarf cars, I don't really know if they're really good for this race, just for the simple fact that if there's any dirt or anything on the track, when it's warm, you get grip from the tire.
Yep.
Because they're American races, they're a good tire. But the bigger cars, they have so much weight, they can put pressure on the ground for the tire to work right. Well, these things don't weigh much.
Yep.
So even with the weight that they have, those tires are made for it, but if it's only 20 degrees out, it was
Tough to get heat in them.
yeah, a couple guys are spinning. I mean, they just hit the throttle, and you thought they had 1,000 horsepower. They're just spinning like this all over the place. Like, ooh, boy.
Yeah, I gave them I think 5 hot laps. And
Yeah.
they still as soon as they took the green
because
right around.
there were some spots that were sand to kind of get rid of the water and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's like, as soon as there's sand on the track for those cars, it's not a pretty sight.
All right.
Well, the cream still rose to the top on that one, though.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Harwood is unstoppable on these things.
Believe it or not, Ryan Carmen is really good at Claremont.
Really?
He is. He's one of the top contenders at Claremont, in my opinion.
The more time they get in those cars, both of them, the better they
I was
get.
glad to see that Ronnie was able to get a third. I think that's his first podium finish.
Ronnie's the one who,
That's his father.
who hit the wall at
Monadnock
Monadnock and almost got life
rocked.
flighted
Yeah, he got rocked really bad. But he's in a
in a dwarf car.
Dwarf car.
So
Yeah.
reason,
Head on into the
reason number
wall.
1 why I won't drive one of yours.
bear in mind he was wide. He hit the wall wide.
He
open.
come out of 3.
Yeah.
Missed 4, went straight and hit the wall.
dead stop.
Dead
not
on.
like a skim and stop. He stopped.
Oh, jeez. That gives me chills just thinking. Oh,
It gave everybody else chills
I can
too
imagine.
because
Yeah,
it was not looking
It was
good.
one of those hits that you like feel up in the tower. You're like, "Ugh."
yeah. Oh.
If anybody is watching this missing a pink pair of race gloves, we pick them up and have them. That is Jeffrey Ayotte.
Was Bob racing?
Oh boy.
No. Bob, was those yours?
I thought those were the ones John was wearing in the tower.
Maybe.
Yeah, John did post the thing that said that you were picking on him calling him names all weekend in the
I
tower.
really wasn't.
All right, let's talk about the Outlaws. They had a meeting
Well,
down
we had the hold on. We have the Enduro.
Well, I don't have the Enduro results at all. They're not online, so I don't know who won the
We won't talk
Enduro.
about the Enduro.
The 91 won the Enduro.
Actually, I can probably
followed
take a
by
look.
the 8MA,
Yep.
followed by the 017.
Give me 2 seconds. I got to give those guys their due,
The
too.
91 car was Albie's old car that he sold, and he's regretting it now. He plowed it. He goes, "Yeah, I shouldn't have sold that car."
Yeah, Albie sucked. He finished 18th.
Yeah, he
Albie.
he had to pull off. I think he had a.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
I thought he got in.
If I was running 18th, I'd pull off, too. If my name was Albie, I'd be like, oh, there's something wrong with the car. It's not my
believe me,
fault.
Clark Bogey's running 18th. It's a win.
Got into something on the front stretch.
He slowed up real bad after that. I go, okay, something happened.
All right, so the official finish, we had the 91 of Jamie Heath, followed by the 8MA of Richie Johnson, the 017 of John DeMonts Jr., the 41 of Justin Harris, the 45 of J.D. Stockwell, the 9 of Eric Donnelly, the 11 of Kyle Johnson, the 22 of Mike Davis, the 321 of Bree Nelson, and the 93 VT of Eric Griffin. That is your top 10 for the Enduro.
Yeah, a couple of red flags in that one.
Yeah.
One car on fire over in turn two.
He was just trying to keep warm.
Yeah. He was.
Yeah.
And then there was actually a hard hit on the front stretch.
Yeah.
That actually I guess there was three
Yeah.
red flags for it. One real hard hit on the front stretch that you could actually smell the fuel from the
Oh, wow.
from the back end splitting. Yeah. So
That's not good.
So yeah, it was entertaining to say the least. We made sure that we had the lap count correct. We didn't want anybody going extra laps.
Yeah.
Again. So yeah, we had multiple people doing lap counts, but it was a fun show all around.
Can't beat that. So Bobby Melvin posted in chat a few minutes ago to talk about the Outlaws. Well, Dave Lesgord's Outlaws, they went and had a meeting down in Keene. Mike Parks went, John Espinette went. They had, from what I was told, about 30 interested parties show up to that.
I have continued to say that it's one of my favorite divisions. I love the division. It's a good for the guys that don't want to spend the money or don't have the money to go run super late models, pro late models, whether they are out here or even ACT or whatever, or they have an old pro stock lying around. It's not up to date to go run, a big pro stock race, but you got to find a home for it. It's a great division, and I think when you get the right car count, they put on a great show. So I mean, I hope it comes to fruition. I know Bobby has a huge passion for those things, and I know I believe he's converting his over as well.
Charles Baldwin said interested. So.
Yeah, he was talking about taking the pro stock that he won in. The
I mean, he already has one. I don't know what do you mean interested? You already got one. Just buy the right tires this time.
I know that. So I've talked to a couple people that aren't ready to say anything yet, but there's a former track champion that's coming back to the division next year. There's a super street driver who has one, brand new one being built, and there's another super street driver leaving that division who's waffling off a car right now, whose car he's having a brand spanking new one built up at RSB, and I've heard that there's 3 to 4 others in queue to be built up there as well this year. So
there you go, Austin. If you still have that old Outlaw that I raced against, that thing was quick. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great division. I guess the question is, would you see them at any other tracks other than Claremont?
Yeah, so there's going to be 3 races at Hudson and 2 at Lee.
Oh, that's cool. All right, awesome.
Good. So
great.
It's going to be it's kind of like we're just kind of dipping our toes into it right now, see how it goes, and then when if it picks up, we'll add a few more races at all the tracks. So we don't want to go gung ho, like too gung ho.
No, but listen, it does well at Claremont.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all know that. And I think that's going to grow. It's the right way to do it. Take the approach of, hey, let's sprinkle a couple of races out there. I'd imagine on the weekend you're going to have races at, let's say, Hudson. You're still going to have them at Claremont, or you're going to?
Yeah, no, I think they're off.
Yeah.
So it gives the guys that if they want to travel, great. If they don't, hey, whatever, no big deal.
Cool.
But
And then
it gives
looking out points.
Yeah. So and it'll just be per race because I don't know if they talked about it or not because I know I was talking to Dave on certain things for like points championships and all the other stuff. We want to combine them to all, just one traveling thing, or do we want to do whatever? So I still have to talk to him about that and get his ideas on it because Dave does actually have a few very good ideas. You want to talk about a guy that is dedicated to that class? He is dedicated.
Yeah, he's definitely got a huge passion for those things.
if you want to see that division grow and you want to help and do some stuff for that division, reach out to Dave. He has a whole package of stuff put together.
He's got a cool idea that when he told me, I said, go for it. I think it'd be a great idea on what he wants to do to help promote that. It's just pretty much to promote that division at Claremont.
Yep.
But still, it's still a really good thing. Talk to him about it. He's got a lot of good ideas.
That's great.
And ending here, banquets, guys. So Hudson's banquet is January 11th. Lee's banquet is January 17th. Their cutoff date is December 29th. That's going to be here before you know. One of the things that I do want to...
We will not sell tickets at the door.
We cannot because we have to have... This is what I was leading into. We have to give a food count. This is not being done this year as banquet style. You got to pick... You have to pick your food and put it next to your name. So a lot of people did, because I get the banquet forms, just make sure you put your food choice down so you have your proper choice. And we have 3 different meals that you can get. There's steak tips. There's
$250 steak.
No. So there's steak tips. There is chicken broccoli Alfredo.
Is this for Hudson and Lee?
Yep. And then there is cheese lasagna. So that you got a meat, you got a non-meat, and you got something I'll never eat. It's got broccoli in it.
Kevin's used to having meat.
I do. The big piece.
Claremont's banquet is January 25th. There is a little bit of leeway on the cutoff date for that. I believe it's 2 weeks before. I don't have the exact date.
They're a little more. The venue is a little more
lenient on that. We're trying a new venue this year for Hudson and Lee.
Oh, and the dwarf cars are at Hudson.
At Hudson. A lot of those people. Dwarf car almost has the entire top 10 so far signed up.
The dwarf car guys always make sure they're there.
We did. pay a little extra to get a room that has a fire pit. So we'll have fire pit. I think we're going to try to work on having like s'mores and stuff out there. Guys, tickets, you got it. It's going to be here before you know it. Get them in, get them sent in, and we'll get you on the list. That is all. Okay, Brian Caswell wants to clear the air. The 63 used to be a street stock. I switched it over to a Ridge Runner, and it will be a Ridge Runner / Slingshot next year.
See, told you.
See, there you go. You always believe a racer when they say something's legal. So
Right,
Caswell
absolutely.
says it's legal. It's completely legal.
It's legal.
I mean, Baldwin says that his pro stock is completely legal for street stock.
It is. It's the only Fury Super Street in the division. It's really legal.
In the nation.
Listen, George built him a really, really good car to that set of rules, and good for you. You know, you get a set of rules. You built that car to that rules.
They're building a new car for Hudson.
I know they are. Yeah.
Really?
It's already built.
Yeah.
Yep, already built.
Yep.
That's all that I have. You guys have anything in closing?
That's all I got.
Yeah, who's coach am I sleeping on? Where am I going?
Talk to me.
Then wants all the Vicks.
No, because I'm telling you right now, I am.
He's the dick with the Vicks.
No, but see, so one more thing I want to say is I downloaded Wreckfest because I was bored.
That's a good game.
I had a lot of ideas that kind of came from that. I go, I could do that. I could do that at Hudson.
Ben's going to try to do the big loop-de-loop in Wreckfest. You know, have you ever played that game?
No, I haven't. I don't know what the hell it is.
No. You know what the one I really want to try? I'm actually going to sacrifice a couple of Vicks for this. I'm going to find a couple of smaller cars and weld them to the top.
Oh, boy. That's fun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, see, no. You know, this is the drivers down below, so who cares?
You need a new hobby, is what you
Don't
need.
you? Don't they have?
I want to do something cool.
Don't they have that
dangerous.
places where the
It's
top one
dangerous.
steers?
The
top
problem
one
is
steers and the bottom
I
one
don't know
doesn't.
how that would work. You'd have
Does
to-
your insurance company watch this?
No.
Oh, thank God.
So the only problem is I don't know how that would work because you'd have to have the steering shaft go straight down into like the steering mechanism into the bottom car, and I don't know. I just wanted to think of it easy. Just have it'd just be a huge counterweight on the roof. So why not?
Yeah, maybe we do some track the trailer races.
Jason Gagne says, can't wait. Jordan's running a full time at Hudson next season. Well,
Excellent.
Perfect.
Yeah.
looks good. That's all that I have. There is no show next week. We will be down in Indianapolis
PRI.
for PRI. Hopefully, we get a lot of cool ideas.
Eating $250 steaks on Ben.
Kevin
No.
and I can come and do the
gonna
show.
go there or no?
For next week, I can. Well, I'll look at my
Find out
calendar
because I
after.
have to credential you really, really
I'll look at
fast
my
if you
calendar
want
once we
to.
get off.
So,
I'll see what's going on.
if any of the race drivers are going down, I was given the okay to credential 10 drivers from our track. So if you want to go, I can credential 10 crew or drivers down into
Cool.
PRI this year, but you have to get it to me sooner than later.
Like probably by what?
I would say
Friday?
at least by Friday because I fly out Sunday at 6:30 in the morning. So
You're not going to be up
that's-
that early.
I'm
That's
up early.
the funniest thing I heard today.
5:45 every single morning. I'm up. So
What?
yes, I'm
don't
up
believe
early.
that.
I get working
No,
fast.
you don't believe that either.
I
Listen,
do
man.
not believe
I
that.
call shenanigans on
Yeah.
that one.
Why don't you take a look and see when that banquet stuff was posted on those pages the other day? I was literally laying in
must-
bed at like
you
5
must have
o'clock
an
in the
It's one of
morning.
those auto
Yeah,
things.
it's
No,
the other
no,
day.
no, no,
Auto
no.
post it. Yeah, no.
That's all I have. We'll see you guys next week, 2 weeks from now. Hopefully, we got a bunch of cool new PRI ideas when we come back up. We'll see you then. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.
See you later.